All right, so I'm making the mounts for here, and this is the piece I gotta make. And I gotta make 12 of them. So there'll be 2 here because it will make up 2 sides of this, and then I'll have a piece down the middle and a piece across the top that I can have a bolt brazed into there. So 2 down, 10 to go. So what I do is, I have to cut all these pieces individually. So you start out with, the 2 side pieces, and then I've cut the width that I need, and then I bend it to shape so it sits in these little things, and even this little angled piece up there. So, and I had a hard enough time freaking holding these things in. I'm like, what the hell? So what I'm using is some magnets I got from the store to hold everything together while I braze it. I'll show you how I do that. And what you're hearing there with that, but it holds it together and this is soldering. So the trick with brazing is there we go. So when this cools down, I'll show you the magnet, because the magnet is actually broken and it doesn't actually go in there, and it's lost its magnetism because of the heat. That sounds so cool. Oh, and there it goes. It busts all the shit. Oh, there's a little piece. So, yeah, fucker's hot. Yeah, imagine that. It's hot. There's the magnet. And it's got a little bit of magnetism left in it, but it breaks up from the heat. And it stays really hot for a long time. Way longer than steel, which is interesting. I've got a bunch of these, and I use one every time I make them out. So, yeah, it's worth it. They're like $3 or $4 for a giant package of them. Okay, so now that I've got all the pieces built that are going to go right here, now that I have them all brazed on the outside and kind of clean up on the outside, now I got to clean up the inside. So there's one that's all cleaned up as good as I'm going to do it. And they all looked like this. Just nasty stuff from brazing. The flux turns hard, and you got to get in there and you got to grind it all out. So 4 down, 4 to go. All right, so we are working on getting the tank mounted. I had to move this one again. You can see by the pictures. Where I had it before was way out here. You can see the 2 holes, well, at least the 1 hole for that screw. So you can see how far over I had to move it. It's about 1/4 inch. And then I had to do the whole big ass patch on the plate that goes underneath there, just like I had to do on that one. So, got that all taken care of. And then we have the tank. As you can see, I've got the arms that I've been building forever, because there's 3 pieces in each one of these things, and I had to braze it together, and I had 8 of them to do. So it was a long process. So how I did this is I wanted to have a specific height coming down from here. If you look up here on the sky crane, you can see that there is a gap between the tank and the bottom of the fuselage, because there's all kinds of stuff up there, piping, and I'm not sure exactly what they use it for, but it could be, stuff. Anyway, those go back and forth all the way across this one side. I'm not sure if it was on the other side. I haven't looked. But in this gully, there's all the mechanicals and all the hydraulics and stuff for work and everything. But there is, a gap. So I had to set these at a certain thing. Well, none of this is straight. None of it's plumb. None of it's even. Okay, I can deal with that. So what I did is I took some plywood, and the first set of plywood I put on there wasn't tall enough. So it was like 1/4 inch stuff, and it just wasn't enough. I needed 2 of these, which is about, 5-6 millimeters. So I put these on here, and then I taped it up so you could see the wood's underneath there, and it held it down at a specific level while I attached all these. So I had to get it all lined up. So I used tape like this, and I hang it down, and then I can put it up there, and then I can tape it up, and then I don't have to keep holding it. And there you go. So I just used tape to hold it up. And then what then I could do, because I had it lined up, now I can mount these, because there are 3 big ass number 1 screws. And I put the wood backing in here, and I found out I got to put wood backing in here because I didn't put none. But they all are mated up here at the same distance so that they all make contact at the same time. Even if they're slightly different off, different heights off from the fuselage being crooked and twisted or whatever. So there we go. Then I can drill the holes for in here, and then the holes will all line up. And then what I'll do is I'll put a nut and actually permanently attach it to the nut on the inside. Then all I got to do is use a little 3 millimeter socket head screw in there to get it. But there it is. And then we'll take the wood out and we'll see how that looks. And now we have the wood out, and it's actually sitting on the mounts. So then all I got to do is just put the nut on the bottom side, run the bolt down, and it is mounted. I did this today. I got it done. Hey, it's pretty cool. That's how I did that little bit of joyous stuff. There we go. Hot damn, we're getting somewhere. I'm building something. And so I got that side mounted. Those 3 went in just fine. And then I come to the other side, and I knew there was going to be some issues. So you can see my holes don't quite line up. They must have moved equally because they're all the same way. So the hole, you can kind of see there on this part, is actually shifted back a little bit. Same with this one. So they're all a little back a little bit. Boy, this is a major milestone. The tank is mounted, freely mounted, and it is bolted on. And now we can continue on with the rest of this shit. But there it is. Got all my space. I got to do some trimming because you can see like the one piece comes out here a little bit. And I did put it up against another one, and it was longer. So you got some fine detail stuff you got to do to it. So yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy. This is one of the biggest parts of this crane, is to be able to have this piece disconnect. And so it's got, they're custom made. I made a custom length on it. They're on there, and I can take the whole thing off. And that was my whole thing. And it's in scale positions with scale pieces. So this has got to get some formers and stuff inside to help hold its shape, especially with 12.5 pounds of water in this thing. But I am really happy with it. And oh yeah, I can't wait. I cannot wait till I can suck some water and dump some water. And now I just gotta build everything else. Yeah. All right, get out and build something.